So, John, how are you today?
I'm very well, thank you for asking. I actually just got home last night and I get to spend 2 whole days at home in my own bed.
Oh, so like a nice little weekend in the middle of the week then.
Pretty much, that's
Uh,
the weekend for us.
yeah. So a few years ago, you released your solo album, Starlight. What was some inspiration behind the album? There's a touch of multiple genres in there, like blues and gospel.
The inspiration for it was Dave Stewart and I getting in a room together and sitting there with our guitars going, okay, what do you got? Oh, all right, this is what I got. What do you got? And it was a bit of back and forth of, ideas. And it just came out of that. I mean, Dave's a very fluid musician and songwriter and producer. And the whole trick not that it's a trick, the whole thing about recording with a person like Dave and myself is you've got to capture the moment. Because everything moves so fast. We move so fast creatively. We just jump from one thing to the other so fast.
As you said, it's so fast. But so how long did it take to write that album and produce it as well?
We finished it in we recorded everything in about 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Wrote everything. And then I just, and then over a period of time, over, a few weeks here and there, I'd go back to America. I'd have to come back to Australia. So I'd be writing lyrics, go back, sing them. So initially the whole thing took a couple of weeks, but there was all the fine-tuning to be done, which probably took another month.
Oh, wow. That's really...
But very, very quick, and it's great working with Dave. He's absolutely amazing. He's a genius. And, and obviously working, with Ringo Starr, who came and played drums, and, Orianthi, who's, an incredible Australian-born Adelaide girl, guitar player. He's unbelievable. It was, Dave just has a way that is, he's a beautiful guy to work with and just a beautiful family man. It's great.
Yeah, it's awesome. Because he was also a producer for the Eurythmics. I can't say the name. Eurythmics,
He
wasn't
did.
it?
He produced, he wrote all that stuff, and he was Annie's partner, Annie Lennox's partner.
Oh, wow.
They were the Eurythmics, the two of them.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so last year you released the single Rain Down on Me, where all the proceeds went towards assisting drought-stricken farmers, which, that's still going through right now, which has obviously gotten worse. So the song is also very metaphorical, not just about, obviously the rain down on me with the droughts and stuff. So what are some other metaphors behind the song?
Well, originally, I had actually written that song in February 2018, along with a bunch of other songs, and when I was asked to do the drought relief Haymate concert, I remembered I had a song called Rain Down on Me, which, had different lyrics, and I just thought, you know what, that's what that song must be for. It must be for these guys, because, I write songs all the time, and you kind of go, okay, well, that's out, and you don't worry about it, and you don't think about it, you keep moving forward, and so, that song, so I sort of rewrote a couple of bits and just, particularly the last verse, which, is directly, aimed at the farmers. But rain down on me metaphorically could be anything, but in their case, they need rain. So, the first verse, I love you till I die promises when we were young. I mean, I got a feeling inside it burns like the desert sun. That's pretty straight ahead. I mean, you think of the old grizzled farmers, your family life, and, you raise your family on that farm. And, these people have been on the land. Some of these people have been on it for hundreds of years, over 100 years. You have to read about families that have had to leave the land because of the drought. They can't sustain it anymore, So generations of families have not been able to cope with this crazy drought, which, as you said earlier, is worse now than it was last year. Dark days and lonely nights medicate away the pain. Prayed 1,000 times, but here you come again. Here comes, it could be anything, but really I was thinking of here comes the sun. Here it comes again, I pray for rain. The pain you go through, everyone's self-medicating nowadays. So, but the third verse, this land, this sacred life will live and breathe again. There's a rainbow coming down to wash away our sins. Let it rain. So, I mean, that's very, very clear about, what everybody wants, you know. I mean, it's like, you know, intervention, please, God, come on, let's go. It's the optimism, you know.
Yeah.
I've always sort of had an optimistic streak, you know, in my songwriting, where I'll go dark or whatever, and then I'll always sort of add some sort of optimistic sort of outlook, because that's how I think, you know. I think things can be bad or whatever, but you always got to have faith, you know.
So let's jump into your tour that you're about a month into at the moment with your Noiseworks and INXS collection tour. So how's it going so far?
Going good, man. It's been amazing. We've been up in Western Australia. We've been up in Queensland. We just got back from Coffs Harbour. But yeah, playing to a lot of people that don't get to see artists like me, you know, in areas that don't get to see, you know, a lot of bands, a lot of music, because nobody goes there because it's too out of the way, and everybody's been so marginalised nowadays. It's just, you know. But I said to my agent, I want to go everywhere around Australia, you know, play these songs that people want to hear, because, you know, we all grew up listening to this music. You know, people want to hear this stuff, especially when it's the real deal. And, you know, it's not a cover band, it's the real deal.
Yeah.
You know, and we were at Western Australia. We were in Karratha and Onslow and bloody Esperance and, you know, Bunbury and freaking, I don't know, Geraldton. I mean, I don't know if you've ever been to Western Australia, but, you know, it's amazing up there. I mean, Australia is an incredible country. And when you get the opportunity to go around like I do, I want to go. I've been all around every nook and cranny in this country over the years. And, you know, I want to go back to places that I haven't been for a few years, you know, because everyone tends to stay in the cities or do the festival circuit, you know, and you don't get to these far-flung places. But, you know, the Noiseworks music and the INXS music was born out of the pubs. And back in the day, we all used to do the run, the Broome Run, all the way down Western Australia, all the way down over to Adelaide, you know, down through to Melbourne, all the way through up to Queensland. I mean, all the way through to North Queensland. I mean, but it was right up to Darwin. You'd be on the road. We'd be on the road for 8 months of the year in Australia, doing 5 to 6 shows a week, every night, non-stop, in the Tarago, playing a different town every night. People going nuts.
Yeah. So because I see on your list here that you've been that you're about to go to you know, Cairns, Townsville, Dubbo, and Belmont and stuff like that, and Rockhampton as well. I see. So that's actually really cool. And again, look back, and you also went to Kalgoorlie in Western Australia and all. Yeah, it's really awesome that, like, because those remote places, they don't get, you know, they're not lucky like us city folk who get concerts every week, basically.
Every week, you know. I mean, and that's the thing, and that's why I said to my agent this year, I said, I want to go to all these places because, you know, it's just not right that nobody goes there. And I know it's an economic thing.
Yeah.
I said, but as you know, if I can break even, I'll be happy with that. It's not about making money. It's about getting out there to the people, you know, because, you know, when you're traveling with a band and crew and the whole thing, you know, it's not a cheap exercise to go anywhere. So, you know, I said, as long as the costs are covered, man, I'm there. I want to get up there, you know. And that's the thing, you know. I think more artists should do it. I do. But, yeah, a lot of them don't. A lot of the older artists especially, they're either too big or they just don't like playing pubs, whereas I do. I've played, you know, Wembley. I've played Madison Square Garden. I'll play the local pub. You know, I'll play them all. Don't worry.
Yeah.
But there's something about, you know, being down in the trenches, you know, with a beer, with a schooner, watching a rock and roll band singing songs that you grew up listening to, going, yeah, hell yeah, that's fucking great. I love that. You know, love it.
Awesome. And I see that actually for us Brisbane folks who are listening, you'll be in the Fortitude Valley on the 4th of October on...
the Tivoli.
Yes.
Love that joint. Yeah, no, it's a great spot. So I'm very excited about that. And I just heard yesterday that there's only a few tickets left. It's almost sold out. So get in while you can. Yeah,
because I'm seeing that as well with your previous tour, previous locations as well that you sold out, like at another place in Cairns and Miami and
stuff like
people
are loving it. people are loving the idea of hearing Noiseworks and INXS songs all night together, sung by me. So, and as I said, I got my full band, and it's a rockin' band, and we are just having fun, and it's interesting. There's a lot of young people coming to the show, to see, because they grew up like yourself, listening to the music. And because of the parents, and then they come along, they go, "Oh my God, you actually play instruments?" Because your I don't know how old you are, but I'm taking it you're younger than me.
Yeah.
The generation today is used to going to, when they go to see their favourite artist play, generally their favourite artist playing to a backing tape or a DJ, and that's not a concert. That's karaoke.
Yeah.
So when they come to see a real band, real musicians playing songs they know and love, it's the energy is quite amazing, actually. Their faces light up. They go, "Holy hell, there's something new." Real musicians, because we're a dying breed.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining me today.
No worries, mate.